Now on Coast TV News.
We're waking up to patchy drizzle and light rain, plus chilly temperatures as January is ending dreary, but improving weather to start February. Details coming up.
Uncover the growing tensions in Lewis over a new apartment complex, why property owners are clashing with county council, what it means for future developments. Sussex housing evolution from tiny homes to accessory dwelling units. Proposed zoning changes could create more options. With little deterrence after months of telling them don't, President Biden says he now has a decision on Iran.
This is Coast TV News Today.
It is Wednesday, January 31st, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick, and Paige Marley has the morning off. Thank you for being up with us during this 5 o'clock hour. It's the final day of January, and we're going to take a live look into Ocean City. First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. I have to say, I was a little surprised to wake up to that drizzle and light rain that we're seeing this morning. Just enough to get the wipers going. Some puddles out there, so take it slow. The green indicating light rain, and sometimes drizzle doesn't really show up on radar, but we have patchy drizzle all across Delmarva. It's kind of the outer fringe of this storm that is moving farther to our south. A little trough extending to the north with the drizzle and light rain this morning, but it should be ending in the next couple of hours. Temperatures out the door, 30s and low 40s, so temperatures above freezing, just wet roads right now. No worries of any kind of icy conditions or anything as the winter coming in out of the east, kind of gusty along the coast. Visibility about 8 to 10 miles in the drizzle and light rain. And as we go through the morning, cloudy with that drizzle tapering off, mid-morning low 40s. As we go into the noon hour, mid 40s, that'll be the high. Maybe some breaks in the clouds as we go into the afternoon. Then I think we do finally clear it out as we go into this evening. But watch for the patchy drizzle this morning. January ending dreary, February starting much better. I'll have the details on that coming up in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Bob. Some frustration being shown over a new apartment complex proposed in Lewis. At the center of this is how its construction was approved. According to county code, as long as a developer meets certain guidelines to qualify for the rental program, no requirement for a public hearing is needed. The developer just needs the approvals from the county and state agencies to get the green light. The Sussex County rental program's been around since 2008, but it got amended with new guidelines in 2022. All this led to some pointed exchanges about the process during Tuesday's Sussex County Council meeting.
Yes, we understand that DelDOT still has to do a survey. It has to fit a certain criteria that they make. That all makes sense, but it's the fact that they're silencing the voice of the public that put them into office, and that's the problem we have with.
The County Council has heard their concerns and understand that they feel like they've been left out of the process. But in actuality, the process took place through the ordinance, and this developer has met all the requirements for this property on this location.
And the apartments have been approved already, according to the county. Construction can begin as soon as this spring. Well, the challenge of affordable housing on Delmarva. On Tuesday, proposals by the Planning and Zoning Commission were presented to Sussex County Council, including changes to a code. This deals with living spaces that are either attached or detached and can be inside a basement, garage, or attic. Some steps including increasing the size limit of the units from the current less than 800 square feet, and also the parking requirement from 1 to 2 spaces. One woman who spoke at the meeting says these units can help increase the housing supply.
It's the ordinances that differ. All agree on the importance to get the code right and not put so many restrictive barriers on people that they can't solve their own housing problems. Ordinances need to be considered overcoming political, regulatory, procedural, and financial barriers.
And county planners say they hope to have an update on what would go into a new potential ordinance in a month or two. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, do you believe tiny homes can help address affordable housing challenges? So let's take a look at the updated results. So far, 53% of you are saying yes, these will help address the issue. 47% say no. And if you haven't voted yet, you can still do so at coasttv.com or on our mobile app. Happening today, it's the debate over girls' sports in Maryland. A hearing on House Bill 47 scheduled this afternoon in Annapolis. The bill does not allow trans athletes to participate on girls' high school varsity, junior varsity, and intramural teams. Lower Shore State Senator Mary Beth Carrozza has cross-filed a similar version in that chamber. And under this bill, there would be 3 separate categories created: girls, boys, and coeducational and mixed teams. This morning, a 23-year-old Milford man facing charges after his arrest following a stabbing incident on Monday night in Milford. Police there say officers responded to reports of an assault on Truett Avenue. This was just after 7 p.m. According to police, Jazier Luke stabbed a 38-year-old man in the lower back. The victim now stable after being taken to Bay Health Sussex campus for treatment. And police say Luke is facing charges for first-degree assault and possession of a deadly weapon. Changes to a number of DelDOT bus routes coming this spring, and the Delaware Transit Corporation making themselves available to help explain all of this. Happening today, a workshop is scheduled at the Georgetown Public Library from noon to 2 p.m. And DelDOT says the changes of some bus routes and schedules will make your trips faster and more reliable. In Sussex County, times are changing on routes 201, 215, and 212. The 203 Orange Line will stop running because, well, not enough people were using that. But don't worry, routes 204 and 208 will cover that area instead. Also, the 204 Yellow Line will have more buses to the beach during the summer. And just remember, these are plans for now. The changes are expected, if approved, to take effect on May 19th. Action by Milton officials on the cleanup of the town's parks. It could happen today. The Parks and Rec Committee is meeting tonight. May take a vote on dealing with conditions of parks. The committee is also scheduled to go over the recent park user survey results. Well, more historic home renovations being pushed by one family in Lewis, the Daisy family. They went through a similar situation last year with a home on Chestnut Street. That was a back and forth with the city over the historic district code. Well, now Darnell and Daryl Daisy are looking to work on a home located on Coleman Avenue. The Historic Preservation Architectural Review Commission is looking to see if the family can go forward with renovations or if a public hearing needs to be scheduled. Well, traffic news now in Frankfort. Swamp Road between Route 113 and Gumtree Road. It'll be closed and will remain closed through February 9th. DelDOT says it is needed for the installation of a crossroad pipe. Maryland Department of Natural Resources trying to pass a bill that would require all boaters to slow down south of Sinapatuxet Bay. As of right now, the speed limit in Isle of Wight Bay is 6 knots for every boat, which is just under 7 miles per hour. So if you look at a map, the department wants to extend that limit into the red areas as well. Reason is twofold: marine life and reckless riding. We went to Worcester County Coast to get a better feel about this from boaters, and here's what one person told us.
You know, I think it's very important, the safety of the whales and whatnot, but, you know, the bigger boats, obviously the ships and whatnot keeping that speed limit, but the smaller boats, the work boats, I think it's going to make it very tough on everybody for that speed.
And the public comment period for this proposal, it ended yesterday, so now the Secretary of Natural Resources will decide whether to approve the measure or not. Well, moving on, after Iranian-backed militants for months ignored President Biden's don't demand, Biden says he is now ready to respond to the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. service members and injured dozens at a U.S. outpost in Jordan. The president also noting that he holds Iran responsible as a supplier of weapons that was used in the deadly attack. NBC's Bree Jackson reports that lawmakers on both sides of the aisle on Capitol Hill are weighing in.
While questions remain about how a drone got onto a U.S. military base in Jordan, killing 3 American soldiers, President Biden has made a decision on how to respond, although he did not give any details. The president also says he holds Iran responsible for the militia's attack.
I do hold them responsible in the sense that they're supplying the weapons to the people who did it.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the U.S. response could be multi-leveled and sustained over time. On Capitol Hill, there's a bipartisan push urging action to combat Iran's illicit oil trade.
The United States needs to show strength, and the administration needs to escalate and sustain the response.
But also understand that this is a trap that China and Russia are also setting. They would love for us to get involved in a war in the Middle East, which would take our eye off of Ukraine, which would allow China to move against Taiwan.
Administration officials say the U.S. is not looking for a wider war with Iran, but they have to walk a tightrope of retaliating without that happening.
They just can't be my baby.
Meanwhile, the families of those soldiers killed are remembering their loved ones.
I know she's gone, but she is my hero, and she will always be my hero.
A ceremony honoring the 3 fallen soldiers will take place Friday when they return to American soil. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
President Biden spoke to the families of the service members killed in Jordan and will attend the transfer of their bodies in Dover on Friday. Well, we're just getting started here on Coast TV News today. Coming up, birds for over $1 billion. The long-awaited sale of the Orioles and the all-time great involved in the new ownership group. Also, celebrating service. Ocean City honors a long career in law enforcement. And we have the details on how the University of Delaware is working with local farmers on new strategies in the business of agriculture. Coast TV News Today is back in a moment.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment. Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
On an all-new Drew.
We're flying high with the guys from Masters of the Air.
Austin Butler and Callum Turner! Is it true that you have something for me?
Wednesday at noon on Coast TV.
5:13 on this drizzly morning. Need the umbrella out the door. Spicer Brothers Camp, Salisbury 37. It's cold enough to snow, but we're not seeing that. Just very cold drizzle and light rain right now. Visibility about 8 to 10 miles, and you can see the blips of green indicating the light rain. We've got patchy drizzle that you can see, but it is a little wet out there, so take it slow. The main rain is farther to our south. You can see temperatures are in the 30s and low 40s right now, so warm enough for nothing on the road as far as to freeze, but it is wet out there, and make sure you give the kiddos an umbrella out the door to the bus stop. 39 with drizzle and light rain this morning. Cloudy and chilly heading home in 44.
University of Delaware, working with the Chesapeake Agricultural Innovation Center and the Delaware Department of Agriculture, they are hosting a 2-day workshop. What is going to go on here is, well, first, the event is scheduled for February 15th and 22nd at the Carville Research and Education Center in Georgetown. This event will feature industry experts discussing market research, business finance strategies, and timing for business changes. Registration is required for the event. Corporal Sidney Finley retiring from the Ocean City Police Department after 28 years of service. City officials say Finley is known for his bravery and dedication. Town says Corporal Finley has been a key figure in the community and a respected member of the quick response team. Town officials say he is preparing to continue his law enforcement career in Somerset County. Well, some long-awaited news for a number of Oriole fans on Delmarva. The Orioles have agreed to be sold for $1.7 billion. $1.7 billion. According to a source familiar with the deal, the group buying the team is led by billionaire and Baltimore native David Rubenstein. The group also includes Hall of Famer and Orioles legend Cal Ripken Jr. However, the purchase still needs to be finalized by Major League Baseball and owners from the other 29 teams. Peter Angelos and his family has owned the team for more than 30 years. Current price tag is 10 times the $173 million Angelos and his partners paid for the team in an auction all the way back in 1993. Colleges are getting financial aid data from students late this year. That's because the Department of Education revamped the free application for federal student aid last year, and it had to be updated again earlier this month to include inflation data. That freed up an additional $1.8 billion in financial aid, but it also delayed processing. The Department of Education told colleges not to expect data until the first half of March. Coming up, discovering the state's largest Atlantic white cedar. It's in Sussex County, and the significance and role in Delaware's ecosystem.
A little dreary to end the month of January. Dry tech cam right now, 42 in Ocean City, some drizzle and patchy light rain. That's the case this morning. And so it is ending a little dreary the month of January. February starts much better with more in the way of sunshine and temperatures a little warmer. I'll have the details coming up after the break.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida, from Lewiston, Maine. Part of our continued reporting. This is what a country at war looks like. Women, children. What is it like? Countless neighborhoods across the region that look just like this. Everybody good? It took for all this damage to
Why'd you have to strike that match? It set my world on fire.
I'm giving up on love, 'cause love's giving up on me.
Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Won't stay right here all night. If the good roads feel like creek, we'll rise.
1039 and 1063. We're local, we're coast country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Coming up, real contestants are willing to bust a move.
Would you like to know what's in here?
I do want to know what's in there.
And work out the kinks to solve the final puzzle.
Money is in there.
Wednesday at 7 on CoastTV.
For the last of our semifinal games, we're going to crown our third finalist.
Plus, a shout out to a special Jeopardy fan.
The Corgi. His name's Wallace. I'm wearing this pin in honor of him, this little guy right here.
Wednesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. What is that you're looking for? Because all the ladies want to know. The brand new bachelor, Joey Grosagay.
Wednesday at 2 on CoastTV.
All right, 5:18 a.m. on this Wednesday. In the middle of your screen, we are giving you a live look at Salisbury. And Bob, during the break, you did express some concern about your hair in this wet weather.
You know, I have to say, I was a little surprised to see the drizzle and light rain this morning, Matt. You probably were, too, on your way to work, because your beautiful hair probably got a little flattened by some of that drizzle and light rain. That's why you came stomping into work saying, what happened? Yeah. No, he did not. He was fine. No, but we do have the clouds and drizzle and light rain this morning. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. And, yeah, we have a little bit of dreariness out there to end the month of January. A little bit of light rain and drizzle, a few puddles out there, and that extends into Maryland, eastern shore of Maryland as well. And much of Delmarva is seeing the clouds, some of the light fog right now, as we have a trough that's extending back to surface low pressure. That's where the steadier and heavier rain is with this clipper system down here. We have the rain across the Carolinas, some snow in the higher terrain, and just enough moisture up the coast to give us some of that drizzle and light rain this morning. But it should quit here in the next few hours. And then we have high pressure behind this system. So that means we're looking at a nice start to February as we go into tomorrow. Temperatures now 30s and low 40s. So we're several degrees above freezing. So no worries about slick roads, just wet roads. So take it slow. A gusty easterly wind right now along the coast, and visibility about 8 to 10 miles in the drizzle and light rain. So we have the clouds. Some of that drizzle will continue through mid-morning, then taper off later in the morning. By noon, it should be dry with mainly cloudy skies in mid-40s and a few breaks possible by 2:30 with highs in the mid-40s. And then we dry it out. We clear it out partially as we go through the overnight into Thursday morning. We'll call it partly cloudy. Temperatures near freezing. And then by noon tomorrow, look at this. Lots of sunshine, upper 40s, and then we're into the low 50s to kick off the month of February. Not too bad there at all. But then we have another system moving in on Friday, a cold front. That could trigger a few rain showers, kind of like this morning. And then we're looking at drier conditions as we go into the weekend. Finally, back-to-back days where I think we're looking at sunshine as cold high pressure keeps us clear as we go into Saturday, and Sunday is looking nice as well. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Yeah, jury into January, 45 cloudy today, but then sunshine Thursday, 52. A few showers with that front on Friday, and then the weekend, this is stunning that we have sunshine back-to-back, 46 Saturday, 51 on Sunday. We have an umbrella winner today. It is Mary Renner from Frankfurt. Congratulations, Mary, on your brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
All right, thank you, Bob. The largest Atlantic white cedar tree in the state of Delaware resides in eastern Sussex County. The Nature Conservancy recently announced the findings of this tree in Ponders Tract. That's a section of the Pemberton Forest Preserve outside of Milton. And finding an Atlantic white cedar tree of this size, around 119 inches in circumference, is rare in Delaware due to historical logging activities. These trees, they do play a crucial role in Delaware's ecosystem.
These trees help to filter water. They're great carbon sinks, the environment as a whole, with the accumulation of peat. And so it does a great job filtering. Also, the Atlantic white cedar is a host plant for the Hessel's hairstreak butterfly, which is a threatened butterfly in the state of Delaware.
And if you'd like to see the critically important Atlantic white cedar habitat for yourself, it's located along the Piney Branch within Ponders Tract. That's about a 20-minute hike from the parking area. Well, public hearings scheduled this week in Maryland for blue crab regulations. The actions on the table for debate are creating definitions for key terms, also modifying rules for containers used to hold crabs, clarify crab pot lines, and also clarify the number of crab pots a person can set in Maryland's coastal bays. This hearing is going to be held online. Fenwick Island Town Council is expected to adopt its new 2024 comprehensive plan. This is after extensive revisions and public input. The final draft, completed on December 5th, set for a public hearing on February 22nd. And this is followed by a proposed second reading the next day. The plan is important for the town's future development. It comes 5 years after the last update, and it looks to reflect the community's evolving needs. Coming up, the search for beach help begins. Find out how you can become a lifeguard or EMT and the impact it could make on Dewey Beach this summer. And a pivotal meeting that could reshape your library experience. Discover how these changes will influence community services and access. Coast TV News Today is back in a moment.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on Coast TV.
Download the DSN app today, driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Duty calls.
Morning. Night turned out all right.
You went on a date with my husband. What is it? I think that woman just asked me for help. We have a possible abduction. Hang on.
Victims are Venezuelan nationals.
This feels like a hate crime. I will protect you.
Chicago Wednesday, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Our up-and-coming designer series is back, and we're going bigger, brighter, and bolder than ever before because fashion in 2024 is all about more. And on the next Tamron Hall, the fashion this up-and-coming designer is serving up is extra, and I mean in a good way, over the top and beautiful, and we can't get enough. Plus, Real Housewife OG Luann de Lesseps performs from her brand new Countess Cabaret, and it's all glitz and glam next Tamron Hall.
Wednesday at 3 on Coast TV.
From the court to your living room. Catch the dribbles and the buzzer beaters. High school basketball lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
Well, the Rehoboth Beach Commissioner is expected to meet next week to talk about a proposal by the Rehoboth Beach Public Library. According to the city, the board is looking to approve an existing deed restriction on the library's land, a modification to this. And this change aims to reconfigure the library's interior space, potentially impact community access and services. In Ellendale, they currently have 3 vacancies for the Planning and Zoning Commission, and meetings are the third Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. at Town Hall. And Town looking to fill this says applicants must submit a letter of intent by February 6th to Town Hall to be considered for the position. And the applicants will be interviewed during the Town Council meeting that will be held on February 7th. That will be at the Ellendale Volunteer Fire Department. Dewey Beach Patrol now hiring. They're recruiting lifeguards and EMTs for the summer season. That runs from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Patrol members will be guarding Dewey Beach, engaging in life-saving work, and participating in local and national competitions. So if anyone's interested, you can find a form to apply online. All right, we're going to bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob. Bob, this is a good chance to dry out later today along the coast.
Yeah, all in all, kind of a dreary beach day to end the month of January, Matt. We're looking at a lot of clouds this morning, some of that patchy drizzle and light rain, lower 40s for Fenwick Island and Ocean City. But I think the sun will come out later today and temperatures into the mid to upper 40s. So, yeah, kind of raw out there to finish out the month. And a chilly ferry ride in Lewis, temperatures in the 40s today, a little bit of drizzle. And then Rehoboth, I think you'll see the sun coming out a little bit later with temperatures into the 40s. We do warm it up as we move into February. That's tomorrow, and the weekend looking pretty good. Coming up in about 3 minutes.
All right, thanks, Bob. Coming up, could be a new chapter for Maryland's female athletes. Proposed bill could redefine. It's called Safety and Fairness in Sports. We'll take a look at what this entails. That will be under review today in Annapolis. And more information on the Lewis residents clash with developers over a controversial apartment complex. Safety, fairness, and community needs are at stake.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show, we're touring a townhome in Rehoboth Beach. This home features granite countertops and a pond view. We're also checking out a condo at the Key in Ocean City. This home includes tile floors, granite countertops, and is the perfect vacation home or rental investment. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today.
Every day,
We are adding to the star power in our studio.
the biggest names, only on Today.
Fourth coming in this early, right?
Stick around, y'all. These guys are going to be back.
We work here now.
Legit legend right here in Studio 1.
We got Olivia Rodrigo.
We're just getting started, folks.
This is Scarlett. She would like to direct the show.
Can we go to commercial break now?
Everything and everyone you're talking about, only on Today.
Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to delmarvasportsnetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long, only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. This is Coast TV News Today.
January 31st, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick, and we are approaching 5:31 on this Wednesday morning. We're going to take a live look now into Seaford and checking in again with First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. And Bob, bit of a wet start to our Wednesday.
Yeah, a little drizzly, dreary to round out the month of January. Matt, good morning, everybody. Make sure you have the umbrella out the door and the raincoat. Light rain and drizzle. Tough to show up on radar, the drizzle is, but the light rain is with these little blips of green in Delaware right now. And we're seeing some of that drizzle across the eastern shore and much of Delmarva, but it's very, very light, and it should be ending in the next couple of hours with the deeper moisture farther to the south across the Carolinas with low pressure. Temperatures well above freezing, so no icy roads. They'll be wet with temperatures out the door in the 30s and low 40s. We've got an easterly breeze right now, so it's just damp and visibility about 8 to 10 miles in some of this drizzle. And we'll continue with the clouds this morning. Temperatures a slow climb from the 30s into the 40s, 11:30, mid 40s. Lots of clouds, some breaks by afternoon. So I think we are topping out in the mid 40s, a little cooler along the coast, and maybe more in the way of blue skies as we head into this evening. Today's checklist: you need the umbrella, you need the raincoat, you need to dress in layers because it's cold out. You don't need the ice scraper, that's good. And you always need that hot cup of coffee on the way out the door. And grab the sunglasses too. I think we'll see that a little bit later today.
All right, thanks, Bob. Now, there is a rift in Lewis between some of the people who live in and around the city and developers of a new apartment complex. On top of safety concerns, the detractors say how it got approved simply isn't fair. But as Coast TV reporter Charles Reinert shows us, the county says these apartments fill a big need.
These apartment buildings are the center of a heated debate. The complex, called Chapel Branch, has already been given the green light, but it's how they got that final okay that has people frustrated.
They seem like they don't care. It's like, this is what's going on, too bad, and deal with it.
Chapel Branch is part of the Sussex County rental program, where developers have to follow multiple guidelines, including building in a coastal area, a town center, or a developing or commercial area, allowing 25% of their units to be offered at a reduced rent, and having access to a DART bus stop. In return, the need for a public hearing process is dropped. Michael Helwich says that isn't fair.
If it was any other property that wasn't under this new SCRP guidelines, there would have to be publicly posted things that show what's going on to allow us to have our voice and to show it. Every other property is like that. The SCR program was started in 2008. In 14 years, there was only one project that went through for the SCR program. The rest of the projects all got turned down pretty much because the public went and voiced their opinion. They realized, okay, this isn't going to happen.
The goal of the program is to encourage more affordable housing in the county. Administrator Todd Lawson says it's a big need.
The SCRP has been around for decades. It just got approved and then improved recently through the ordinance that I described. This is not a secret in the county. We need workforce housing. Ask anyone, it's a need that's been discussed for years. This is the way the county decided to address it.
On top of the code concerns, people are also worried about safety and congestion on the already busy Route 24. But a county spokesperson argued that millions of dollars are going towards road improvements to handle more traffic.
Just to reiterate, the Chapel Branch apartments have already been approved by the county and have the green light to build, and according to county records, they're expected to be construction sometime this coming spring. I'm Charles Reinert in Georgetown, Coast TV News.
As Sussex County looks for more affordable housing solutions, the Director of Planning and Zoning, differentiated between tiny homes and accessory dwelling units. The department's looking into revising its zoning code. Jamie Whitehouse's presentation on Tuesday to County Council considers changing the name in the code from garage studio apartments to accessory dwelling units. And at that council meeting, he outlined 6 types of living spaces that are either attached or detached and can be inside a basement, garage, or attic. Whitehouse says next steps include considering increasing the size limit of these units. Currently, it's less than 800 square feet, and also upping the parking requirements from 1 to 2 spaces. Now, one woman who spoke at the meeting says ADUs are a low-impact housing solution, and well-written ordinances for them can increase the housing supply.
It's the ordinances that differ. All agree on the importance to get the code right and not put so many restrictive barriers on people that they can't solve their own housing problems. Ordinances need to be considered overcoming political, regulatory, procedural, and financial barriers.
And county planners say they hope to have an update on what would go into a potential new ordinance in a month or two. Well, happening today, the debate over girls' sports in Maryland. A hearing on House Bill 47 is scheduled this afternoon in Annapolis. And what this bill does not allow trans athletes to participate on girls' high school varsity, junior varsity, and intramural teams. Lower Shore State Senator Mary Beth Carrozza has cross-filed a similar version in that chamber. Under the bill, there would be 3 separate categories created: girls, boys, and coeducational and mixed teams. 23-year-old Jazeera Luke now in police custody following a stabbing incident. This was Monday night in Milford. Milford police say their officers responded to reports of an assault on Truett Avenue just after 7 p.m. And when they got there, they found a 38-year-old man with a stab wound in his lower back. According to the department, the victim is now stable as he was taken to Bay Health Sussex campus for treatment. Police say Luke is facing charges for first-degree assault and possession of a deadly weapon. Delaware Transit Corporation hosting a number of public workshops to discuss changes to DART bus services statewide. Changes could take effect on May 19th. Workshop scheduled today at the Georgetown Public Library. That will be from noon to 2 p.m. Now, there are some changes to bus routes that are being proposed. They're not saying this will make the trips faster and more reliable. In Sussex County, times are changing on routes 201, 215, and 212 for better connections. The 203 Orange Line will stop running because they say not enough people were using it. But routes 204 and 208 will cover that area instead. Also, the 204 Yellow Line will have more buses to the beach during the summer. And again, these are just plans for now. DART wants to hear what you think by February 9th. In Delaware, a judge has thrown out Tesla CEO Elon Musk's massive multi-billion-dollar pay package that was awarded to him in 2018. That pay package also made Musk the richest person on Earth. Tuesday, the judge ruled that Musk and the Tesla board bore the burden of proving that the compensation plan was fair, and they failed to meet that burden. The net value of the compensation package Musk received are worth over $51 billion today. In response to the ruling, Musk posted a tweet saying, "Never incorporate your company in the state of Delaware." The decision can be appealed to the Delaware Supreme Court. Today, House Speaker Mike Johnson will speak about the southern border crisis. Republicans in the House say the bipartisan border deal is now off the table. Many Republicans oppose the deal because President Biden already has the authority to secure the border, and he does not need any additional action from Congress to do so. The deal still allows for a large number of illegal migrants to cross into the U.S. A lot more news to get to. Don't go anywhere. Coming up, 2 arrested for a burglary in Dover. We got some details on the police action and the charges that they face. Also, a battle of the unbeaten in the Henlopen South. Highlights from Seaford taking on Lake Forest in boys high school basketball. And we remember Broadway legend Sheila Rivera, who passed away at 91. The celebration of her dazzling 7-decade career. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Fleischer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva.
We salute Chief Derek Harvey of the Milton Police Department. With over 25 years of experience, Chief Harvey stands as a beacon of unwavering integrity, leadership, and commitment. Notably in Milton, he ascended from lieutenant to captain in 2019 and has served as both a K-9 officer and acting chief. His dedication extends beyond the police, having been an influential figure in the Milton Volunteer Fire Department since 1998, rising to the rank of fire chief in 2018.
If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Bright yellow dandelions, a clear signal that the time for prevention is now, for crabgrass and clover are soon to follow. Hillside Lawn Service has been making lawns around the Chesapeake healthier and weed-free for over 30 years. They don't mow it, they grow it. Hillside certified agronomists test your soil, apply exactly what it needs and nothing it doesn't. Their high-efficiency formulas help protect our waterways. Switch to Hillside now and get $25 off their annual maintenance program. Call Hillside Lawn Service for your free assessment.
Hey moms, you know those unforgettable face palms? Those moments that leave us both laughing and sighing. They're not just mishaps, there are shared stories. Share your unique mom moments with us. Go to coastlife.com/mom.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Straight back to blackout. The Beach.
When I think about what the Today Show does, it's not just about the mornings, it's about your whole day. There's a feeling of we're in there with you. Then let's take on this day together.
Just about 5:42 on this drizzly, murky Wednesday morning. Spicer Brothers Camp showing it kind of hazy looking in Salisbury, 38 with some drizzle and light rain. That's the case across Delaware as well. In these green areas near Lewis, back through Ocean View and into Maryland, that could be some light rain. So drizzle and light rain, that will continue for the next couple of hours. We've got the deeper moisture farther to the south and temperatures well above freezing in the 30s and 40s. So we're not worried about anything freezing on the road, just wet roads. And if you're taking the ferry from Cape May to Lewis or Lewis to Cape May, we're looking at drizzle this morning and light rain and light winds, pretty raw out there. Cloudy conditions and temperatures into the 40s. Remember to give our First Alert weather line a jingle. You can call 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away.
All right, a Broadway legend has died. Chita Rivera died Tuesday in New York. Her publicist says the 91-year-old passed away after a brief illness. Rivera was an iconic actress, singer, and dancer who lit up countless Broadway shows for nearly 7 decades. She rose to stardom in the original production of West Side Story, playing the role of Anita. Rivera starred in dozens of Broadway musicals in New York and London, and she performed for nearly 7 decades. Some of her well-known shows include Bye Bye Birdie, Chicago, Kiss of the Spider Woman, and Sweet Charity. Rivera also starred in dozens of films and television shows, but she is best known for her work on stage. Elton John and his longtime songwriting partner Bernie Taupin are being awarded the Library of Congress's Gershwin Prize for Popular Song. Two have created numerous hits together over the years, including Tiny Dancer, Rocket Man, and Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. The Gershwin Prize will be awarded to them at an invitation-only tribute concert March 20th in Washington, D.C. In sports, it was a battle of the unbeaten in Henlopen South basketball last night. The Delmarva Sports Network's Michelle Roberts takes us to the action.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Only one Henlopen South basketball team would remain undefeated after last night's matchup between number 1 Seaford and number 2 Lake Forest in boys basketball. Late third, Seaford up 42-36. Lake hoping to cut into the deficit, and the hot hand on the night was Darius Miller. The triple is hit for Lake, and he would finish with 24 on the night. On the other end, Kashmir Wise tries to answer back with a 3. It rims off, but it's Omari Nichols with a quick board and touch pass to Enoch Dupree, who lays it in. Seaford enters the 4th up 10. Now less than a minute to go. Blue Jays up 4, inbounding to Vincent Evans, the 3rd. A pass inside to Nichols. He misses the first shot, but gets a board and the layup. Lead up to 6, and the Spartans got to move quick, and they do, as it's Miller to Seth Young for 3. Bang! Huge shot, gets the lead down to 3 with 37 seconds to go. Lake possession. Next up, still down 3, Jackson Starkey inbounding, and he quickly finds an open Jabir Robinson under the basket. There's contact, bucket, and the foul, and the student section explodes. It's just a 1-point game. Robinson looking to even this one at the line, but it rolls out. Nichols secures the board, gives it to Wise, who's fouled and goes to the line, and he would hit both. Less than 20 to go. Spartans pushing it quickly, but Seaford's Arion Purnell forces the loose ball. Wise picks it up, goes down the floor. Ball would go out of bounds, though, off Lake, and that would do it. Seaford wins it 65-62. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
Looking a little cloudy right now in our Dry Tech Cam Ocean City. 42, some patchy drizzle and light rain. That will last a couple more hours. Otherwise, a cloudy, gloomy end to January. But February starts with sunshine and warmer temperatures in the weekend. Not looking too bad. I'll have details after the break.
See the beauty of Delmarva from a bird's eye view soaring over the shore. Mondays on CoastTV News at 6. Brought to you by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment. Get the Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app. Brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
100.9% classic country plays real country.
5:48 on this Wednesday morning, and we are showing you a live look there at Ocean City. Sort of a dreary end of the month of January, but as we look ahead to February, things are looking up this week, Bob.
They are. They are indeed, Matt. I think we're looking at more sunshine, and it will be a little warmer than this past little stretch of weather. Not like Friday warm where we had 70s, but definitely milder than it has been. Make sure you scan the QR code right here because that's important. You get the Coast TV weather app. Has a lot of great weather information. So get your phone in camera mode and download that today. Our 5-day temperature trend, January ending dreary and chilly, 45. But first day of February, not bad, 52. I think we're looking at more sunshine. Friday is Groundhog Day, 50 degrees. We'll have to see what the furry little guy says about winter. Well, we still have 6 more weeks of winter regardless. 46 Saturday, 51 on Sunday, and I think we're looking at sunshine at that time. Right now we're looking at a lot of clouds, some light rain, a little bit of drizzle, maybe more concentrated light rain, a little north of Lewis right now. So we're in that patchy light rain and drizzle regime. We have that across areas of Maryland, the eastern shore as well, just enough to get the wiper blades going and have to grab that umbrella out the door. It is a little unsettled. We have the clouds and showers, but heavier rain across the Carolinas as we're watching this Clipper system diving to the southeast. We're kind of on the northern fringe of the system. A little trough extending north is triggering some of that light drizzle. Now behind this is high pressure, and that's tomorrow's weather, but we've got temperatures in the 30s and 40s right now, so warm enough where we're not looking at icy roads this morning. No worries there, just wet conditions as we have an easterly flow making it kind of damp and visibility about 8 to 10 miles. So we continue with the clouds and drizzle for the next couple of hours. I think late morning it's just overcast and temperatures in the mid 40s by noon. Maybe some breaks in the clouds this afternoon as we top out in the mid 40s and hopefully clearing it out a little bit this evening and into tonight. And then by Thursday morning it's chillier. Temperatures around freezing, partly cloudy skies, and then it's sunny late morning tomorrow. So we're kicking off February in the 40s to lower 50s by the afternoon hours. So nice to see that as we do get a break and temperatures are a little warmer. But then we're watching a cold front dropping in as we go into Friday. That could trigger a few showers, very light showers. That'll shift the winds to the north, bringing colder air, but more importantly, sunshine Saturday and on into Sunday. So for the first time in a long time, we're going back to back with sunny days as we go into the weekend. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 45 today, kind of gloomy, but 52 with sunshine Thursday, showers on Friday, 50, and then the sun into the weekend, 40s, and then low 50s Sunday, and then turning cooler and a little cloudier earlier next week.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. The Dover Police Department arrested 2 suspects for burglary at Artistic Additions. That's a local business on North DuPont Highway. According to the department, Christian Vega Ayala and Nathalie Lucas, they were both from Dover. They were caught exiting the store after allegedly stealing items. Police say they responded to an alarm at 3:47 a.m. on Tuesday and found the front door unsecured. And they say the suspects were arrested without incident and currently released on a $4,000 unsecured bond. They face charges including third-degree burglary and theft. Well, Maryland's Department of Agriculture reminding farmers of a March 1st deadline to submit nutrient reports for 2023. This year, the department encourages using Maryland One Stop for easy and efficient electronic filing. Paper forms are also available for those preferring traditional methods. This aims to streamline the reporting process for over 5,000 Maryland farmers.
We're seeing pretty good visibility right now in our tidal health cam in Seaford, but watch out for patchy drizzle and light rain. That will be ending in a couple hours. Otherwise, the month of January ending cold and dreary, but February begins with more sunshine and slightly warmer temperatures and a nice looking weekend on the way. I'll have the details coming up next.
Hello, what's funky, fun, and fabulous? The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island. Explore over 12,000 square feet of fabulous finds, from furniture to gifts, home decor, art, pottery, housewares, and more. New pieces arrive weekly, hand-selected for the ultimate unique shopping experience. Looking for something extra special? Special orders and free local delivery is available.
We have everything under the sun.
There's something for everyone. The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, Delaware. A family tradition for over 50 years.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The I.G. Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the I.G. Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on. Get ready to soar with the Hawks. Delmarva Sports Network is your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball. From the first whistle to the final buzzer, DSN will take you courtside. Experience the excitement of both the men's and women's teams with every dribble, steal, and three-pointer. To see the schedule or watch the games, go to DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com or download the DSN app. Join us all season long only on the Delmarva Sports Network, your exclusive home for UMES Hawks basketball.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today.
Every day,
We are adding to the star power in our studio.
the biggest names, only on Today.
Fourth coming in this early, right? Stick around, y'all. These guys are going to be back.
We work here now.
Legit legend right here in Studio 1A.
We got Olivia Rodrigo.
We're just getting started, folks.
This is Scarlett. She would like to direct the show. Can we go to commercial break now?
Everything and everyone you're talking about, only on Today.
This is what a country in war looks like. You came to get blood. It's not an incoming shell. So many stories of heroism and heartbreak emerging from here.
Anxiety in seniors is a serious mental health condition that can have a big impact on their quality of life. In fact, severe anxiety can be debilitating, and it impacts up to 20% of people over 65. It's often underdiagnosed and undertreated. This is because many people mistake the symptoms of anxiety in older adults as a normal part of aging. However, anxiety is a treatable condition. As Marty Schultz shows us, better screening may be the first step to helping those in need.
It's hard to get older.
It's even harder for 69-year-old Christy Hart. She battles with anxiety and depression.
You just dig yourself deeper and deeper.
Geriatric psychiatrist Eric Lenz says the most common form of anxiety, called generalized anxiety disorder or GAD, often goes undiagnosed.
The typical person with generalized anxiety disorder spends about 8 hours a day worrying. So that's like a full-time job spent worrying.
It also puts seniors at higher risk for stroke, heart failure, coronary artery disease, autoimmune disease, and dementia. Lynn says there is a lack of anxiety screening in older adults.
The U.S. Preventive Services Task Force recommended screening for anxiety disorders, but not in older adults.
A study in JAMA Psychiatry found that only 1/3 of seniors with anxiety receive treatment. Dr. Lynn says seniors should be screened yearly by their primary care physician.
Are you suffering from pain? Are you depressed?
Asking a few simple questions like, do you have recurrent worries that are hard to control? Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you having trouble with concentration or thinking? Could be key to helping seniors. It worked for Christy. Medication and therapy changed her life.
I want to play with the dogs. I want to go for a walk.
I'm Marty Salt reporting.
And if you're concerned about that or a loved one who may be suffering from anxiety, it is important to talk to a doctor or mental health professional. If you need to talk to someone, you can call the Suicide and Crisis Line at 988. Early diagnosis and treatment can help to improve quality of life and reduce the risk of long-term complications. Well, it's now 5:57 on this Wednesday morning, and as we bring back First Alert meteorologist Bob Tri, a bit of a damp start as you get ready to head out the door.
Yeah, a little gloomy to end the month of January, Matt. We've got some patchy drizzle and light rain, but that should let up in the next couple of hours. Otherwise, we're looking at a lot of clouds today. Boy, it's been really cloudy the last few days, and today no exception. Highs only into the mid-40s later on. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, 45 today, but February starts much nicer. Mostly sunny, 52. A few showers possible on Friday with the cold front, and the weekend looking sunny, 46 Saturday, 51 Sunday. Now, next week we'll see a bigger storm miss us to the south. Otherwise, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds and temperatures in the 40s and 50s.
All right, thanks, Bob. And coming up on our next hour, development drama, a new apartment complex planned with the Lewis area. It's creating some pushback at the Sussex County Council meeting. That and more as we continue on Coast TV News Today.